NLWN-TV presents the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Now, join us as we get ready for baseball in the dugout.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's Chippewa River Baseball League contest as the 15-9 Eau Claire Cavaliers, who are 9-5 in the CRBL, take on the 4-12 Beef River Bullfrogs, who are also 4-12 in the CRBL. Now, the Cavaliers are coming off an 11-5 non-league win over the Hagen Knights on Monday, while the Bullfrogs just swept a doubleheader from the Bloomer Woodticks on Sunday. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Bullfrogs. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister's outlook on today's game in the Ryan Bemnister Show. Following that, with the playoffs just 2 weeks away, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to see where things are standing. Also, we'll take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from Spangberg Field in Strum. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout as you're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Very shortly, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will take on the Beef River Bullfrogs as the Cavaliers try to take another step closer to locking down a CRBL playoff spot. Now, on Monday, the Cavaliers snapped a two-game losing streak by defeating the Hagen Knights by the score of 11-5. In that game, the Cavaliers were led at the plate by Cody Dayton, who went 2 for 3 with both hits being doubles. It drove in a run and scored 2 runs. Lon Johnson still on the mound. There's a fly ball out into left field. That one's tagged back, and it's about one hops the wall. Rounding third and coming in to score is Trent Palmer. And Cody Dayton put the double out to left field, and we're having a conference at the mound. Josh Garcia displayed his speed by going 3 for 3 with 2 infield singles, where he had to beat out the throw to first. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to third, picked up by Johnson, throw over to first, and he beat it. Garcia with the infield hit, and moved Delikowski over to second. Also picking up multiple hits on the night were Jackson Vance with 2 and 2 runs scored, along with Ashton Kroll with 2 and who drove in 2 runs on this base hit. And there is a ground ball out into center field. 1 run comes in. Here comes a second run. Overrun by the center fielder. And 2 runs come in. A 2 RBI single for Ashton Kroll. Sam Knickerbocker also picked up a pair of RBI. And there's a fly ball out into right field by Knickerbocker, and it's going to fall in for a base hit, and it goes past the right fielder. Coming in to score is Erickson. And another run comes in to score. And give Knickerbocker credit for a base hit and 2 RBI. The Cavs demonstrated their base running prowess when they executed a double steal with runners on the corners. He's got a hit, throw down to second, and in to score on the double steal, and safe is Palmer. Cavaliers worked the double steal almost to perfection that time. Defensively, Cade Mueller showed his strong arm from left field when he gunned down Knights' Reed Olson, trying to score on what should have been a sacrifice fly by Derek Diekman. Steele delivers. Fly ball out into left field, moving over and making the catch as Mueller throwing to the plate, and they got him! Mueller made the catch out in left field. And he fired a strike to home and got Reed Olson at the plate. Much to the delight of the entire team, Mason Yarrington finally picked up his first hit of the season.
Wilson at the belt, and he delivers. Line hit for Mason Yarrington! And the Cavalier dugout erupts as Mason Yarrington laces one out into left field for his first hit of the season.
The Bullfrogs, in spite of their 4-12 record, have been playing teams tough and are coming off a doubleheader sweep over the Bloomer Woodticks on Sunday. The sweep was highlighted by Wes Boyarski picking up a run in Game 1 and then adding to it by going 2 for 3 with 2 more runs in Game 2. He was just one of several Bullfrogs who had multiple hits and runs in Game 2, including Tyler Gray, who went 2 for 2 and scored 3 times, along with Greg Munson, who went 2 for 4 and scored a run in Game 2 to follow his run in Game 1. On the mound, the Bullfrogs were led by Ethan Bartles, who followed up his win in the CRBL All-Star Game by going the distance, allowing 4 runs on 9 hits while walking 2 and striking out 5 in Game 2. On the season, Beef River is being led at the plate by Will Thibodeau, who's hitting at a .360 pace. He's followed by Kyle Mogg at .302. Leading the extra base hitters are Wes Boyarski and Ryan Gray with 4 doubles each. And leading the way on the mound is Ethan Bartles, who has posted a 2-5 record in 39 2/3 innings pitched. Also contributing to the mound was Wes Boyarski, who's pitched 33 innings and has a 1-0 record and leads the team in strikeouts with 26. Now, so far this season, the Cavaliers are being led at the plate by Sam Knickerbocker, who's swinging the bat at a .377 average. Knickerbocker is 29 for 77, including 6 doubles and 16 RBI. He's followed by Brayton Tillman, who's hitting at .328 with 4 doubles, 13 runs scored, and 13 RBI. Xavier Bemnister at .324 rounds out the Cavaliers, hitting at .300 or better. Caden Erickson leads the Cavaliers in runs scored with 21. On the mound, the Cavaliers are being led by Andrew Milner, who has a record of 6-2 with an ERA of 2.28 and has 71 strikeouts in 55 1/3 innings pitched. Right behind him is Eli Rathke, who has a 4-0 record, including 3 complete games and a whip of 1.43, with 37 strikeouts in 37 2/3 innings pitched. As a closer, Tyson Woodcock has pitched 16 1/3 innings without allowing any earned runs for a record of 1-0 with 4 saves and an ERA of 0.00. The Cavaliers have had complete game performances by Rathke and Milner with 3 each, along with Jackson Vance and Mason Yarrington with 1 each. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to find out Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister's thoughts on today's game in the Ryan Bemnister Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
The Phoenix are rising. It's round 1 of the NLFL playoffs. The Phoenix are there, and so is NLWN-2. The first round playoff game will be on July 27th when the Phoenix will travel to Paul Yale Field in Winona, Minnesota to face the River City Rough Riders. Coverage begins with Phoenix rising at 5:30 p.m. Please note the new start time. Follow the Phoenix in playoff action on NLWN-2 at 5:30 p.m. on July 27th.
The Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire presents The Ryan Bemnister Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, The Ryan Bemnister Show.
Once again, we're at the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire, and we're talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister. And Ryan, today the Cavaliers get back into CRBL play as they take on the Beef River Bullfrogs. But before we get to that game, let's take a look back at Monday when the Cavaliers topped the Hagen Knights 11-5. Your comments about that game?
That was a nice game to get back on track for the boys. We were kind of talking about shaking some rust off for some guys, playing too many games in the last couple of weeks here. And we're going to come into a stretch where we're playing a lot of games every single week going forward. It's 3-4 games a week, so that'll be good for them to get back in rhythm. But we saw some decent pitching. Those guys from Hagen can hit the ball too. We had 3 really good pitching performances by Steely and Vance and Eli there. So that was nice to see those guys get back on track. Again, resting arms is never a good thing. You want to keep these guys pretty consistent. And then the bats got rolling. We had 11 hits, so, and up and down the lineup we had a lot of hits. And there's a couple of guys that were struggling that got back on track, and we got one of the kids to get his first Cav hit, so that was great.
He celebrated going down the first baseline, and the whole team was celebrating with him. They've been waiting for Mason to get that
Yes.
first hit, and he finally came through. And he showed signs of it earlier in the game. Hit the ball hard a couple of times right into somebody's glove.
Yeah, he got unlucky for a little while there, and it was too bad. But, at the same time, and that just tells you something about these Cavs players. I mean, this kid's 18 years old, coming out of Colfax, joined the team about 5-6 games into the year. He's going to be with us for as long as he wants to be with us, and he became part of the team right away, and they've been on his back ever since that, making fun of all the times he got bad luck and
Sure.
keeping him loose, reminding him every at-bat that he got messed over in Hudson and he should already had his hit. But, that's what these guys do. And we had a bunch of messages come through after the game on our little group me app from them that were congratulating him on his first hit. So
Now, the bats coming alive is something that's going to be really important in this next stretch of games coming up when you've got a number of CRBL opponents. Talk a little bit about the Cavs' approach at the plate and how it's evolved over the year.
They've gotten more aggressive when they needed to, which is a good thing. Sometimes they're a little bit too patient at the plate for me. I don't mind seeing a pitch or two, but you pass up too many good pitches, you're going to start striking out on bad pitches. So they got really aggressive, and that was good against the guys that we were facing the last few times here. And I think going forward, I need to do that. Because we're going to see really good pitching against Beef. They're always a tough team against us and the Rivermen and stuff. So we're going to really need to be aggressive at the plate, put some pressure on their pitching early. And it's in the CRBL, pitching is at a premium. So if we can get a guy throwing 60, 70 pitches through 3-4 innings, we might be able to get to their second, third, fourth tier guys in that game. Because a lot of the CRBL is going to be playing lots of games to finish the year out here. We only got a couple weeks left. So if we can get in their second tier, that'd be a good thing for us.
Now, today the Cavaliers do get back into CRBL action when in a game that's going to have an impact on the playoff race when they take on the Bullfrogs. What can you tell us about the Bullfrogs?
They play us tough every single time we play them. It's a really well-rounded team. Bartle's got those guys heading the right direction, like he has been for the last couple of years. They got a good few bats in that lineup there that kind of scare you a little bit, and they play good defense. And for some reason against us, they always play us really well, and no matter who they put on the mound, they always seem to keep us at check for a while. We've played a lot of fun and interesting and close games with these guys over the last few years, so yeah, it should be a pretty good game.
Now, the Bullfrogs don't have the best record in the world, although they did just pick up a doubleheader sweep last weekend. And I know that you want to play these games one game at a time, but you've got a big doubleheader coming up on Sunday. And since the Cavaliers defeated the Bullfrogs 7-1 earlier this season, is there a risk that some of the Cavs players might take them a little too lightly? Because as you kind of hinted, the Bullfrogs have a history of making teams that do that pay.
Yeah, they do. And even in their record not being very good, they've lost a lot of close games. I think their first 8-9 games were all 1 or 2 run games. They were all very close games. So, you got to take that into consideration. But no, the guys aren't overlooking this game. As soon as we got done with Hagen the other night, that was the first thing that was said in the huddle by Cole Timon. And he reminded everybody about how they play us and how close the games are, and that we need to have a better start to those games as opposed to what we've been doing the last few times we played them, where we kind of played from behind or played a tight matchup for the first 4 innings. So they're already focused on that game there, and then we'll start looking at Chippewa. We didn't even mention Chippewa in our little dugout.
Okay.
Talk. So
who's going on the mound tonight?
We're going to go with Cooper Dykes for the start. And we got a pretty fun plan in place there. Milner's going to be out of the bullpen, which is a new role for him. But that's the idea, is to make sure that we got these guys ready for that game there. We give them a couple different looks, righty-lefty, and then hopefully we can keep the pitch count down and Then you look forward and say, I've got pitching for Sunday.
Okay, now this game has added importance since the CRBL playoff race. The top team in each division makes the playoffs, and then they're followed by the next two teams regardless of division. And that means currently the Cavaliers hold the number 4 spot in the playoffs. And they are 3 games ahead of both the Cadott Red Sox and the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. With that doubleheader coming up against the Lumberjacks on Sunday, how important does that make today's game?
Really important. I mean, you just said it. We got a 3-game lead against 2 teams with 6 games left. You do the math. Let's just
I was looking at that this
pretty
morning.
Simple. We're not going to depend on people getting beat. Let's just put it to you that way. We need to get those 3 wins to get to the tie, which I don't want to do. So we really realistically need to go to get 4 wins, and we can get 4 wins within 7 days here, and it's over. The last set of the against the Bears means nothing unless it's for seeding 3 and 4, which would be a nice thing going into those playoffs. There, more relaxing, less stress type of thing. So we're really focused at going 1 game at a time here, with getting those 4 games in the 7-day span. That's what we want to do,
and basically control what you can control.
Yeah, and we are in control. I mean, it's
yeah, they're chasing you.
Yeah, and but they're good teams, so they're going to be doing the same thing. They're going to be putting as much pressure on us as they can. They're going to go after their 4. I think they're both 8-8 or whatever it is.
Right.
So they're going to be going after their last 4 wins. Who knows who they play? I don't know. I don't look at that kind of stuff.
I did see that Cadott has a couple games with Tilden, and so that's going to be a tough matchup for them.
But you never know with Tilden. I mean, every team in the CRPL is beatable. You know what I mean? I mean, you just look at it that way. We split with Tilden this year. I mean, I think Osseo and them split. I mean, it's just everybody's it's everybody's there. So yeah, it's really important. But we want to you got to knock out 1 win to get to the next win. So if it comes down to it, we'll throw every single arm I've got in the game, and we'll figure out Sunday when it comes to Sunday, and then we'll figure out Wednesday when it comes to Wednesday. If I got to give Ryan Page a jersey and have him throw, we'll have him throw.
Well, Ryan, good luck on today's game. Hopefully the Cavaliers can get even closer to clinching a CRBL playoff spot.
Would be nice.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Bempnister Show, presented by the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire, with Cavalier manager Ryan Bempnister's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive. There's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, as we're getting ready to bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the Beef River Bullfrogs in a CRBL matchup that gives the Cavaliers the opportunity to take another step closer to locking up a playoff spot in the CRBL. Now, last Sunday in CRBL action, the Osseo Merchants swept a doubleheader from the Jim Falls Sturgeons by scores of 3-1 and 6-0. Meanwhile, the Eau Claire Bears topped the Eau Claire Rivermen 9-1. And the Beef River Bullfrogs swept a doubleheader from the Bloomer Woodticks 15-9 and 6-4. Now that leaves the CRBL standing following this last week as follows. The North Division sees the Tilden Tigers at 11-3, and they've opened up a 4-game lead over the second place Cadott Red Sox and Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks, who are both at 8-8. Fourth place belongs to the Jim Falls Sturgeons at 7-9, 5 games out of first, while fifth place finds the Bloomer Woodticks at 1-16 and 11.5 games off the pace. In the South Division, the Osseo Merchants at 16-2 hold a 2-game lead over the Eau Claire Bears at 13-3. The Eau Claire Cavaliers are sitting in third at 9-5 and 5 games off the pace. The Eau Claire Rivermen are in fourth place at 6-10, while the Augusta Athletics are in fifth and 10.5 games back, while the Beef River Bullfrogs are taking the sixth spot at 4-12. Tonight, in addition to the Cavaliers taking on the Beef River Bullfrogs at Spangberg Field in Strum, the Augusta Athletics will travel to Cinder City Park in Altoona to face the Eau Claire Bears, while the Tilden Tigers will host the Cadott Red Sox. Now, coming up next, we're going to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame.
Our next game will be on Sunday, July 21st, as the Cavaliers take on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a doubleheader from Casper Park in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 12 noon, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Sunday, July 21st on NLWN-TV.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
Today on Cavalier Profile, we're talking with Carson Windenhausen. And Carson, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, and different levels of baseball you've played, and so on?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm from Eau Claire, Wisconsin, born and raised here, and I played for the Rivermen, which is another Eau Claire town ball team, 2 years ago. I play ball at the University of Wisconsin Eau Claire, and I love the city, love the the tight-knit community and everybody that comes to support the games for the Cavs. So I figured I might as well play for him. Know the coach Ryan. He's been a great coach for me in past years, and I'm really looking forward to this season. So.
And from what I understand, the pitchers in the WIAC have had a tough time keeping the ball in the yard when you come to bat.
Yeah, I've been on a little hot streak recently. Got my chance to DH against Point. Capitalized on my opportunity and been in the lineup ever since.
So when you're not playing baseball, what do you keep yourself occupied with?
Really close with my family. Got a great girlfriend, so we spend time at the cabins and stuff like that. Also, I really like to, give back to the community and do as much as I can and help out. So.
Okay, I've got some rapid fire questions. This first one is kind of our trademark question. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
Which kind?
Chocolate chip.
Oh, I see. Old-fashioned American standard, isn't it?
That's right.
Do you like it with the nuts or without?
Depends if it's a weekday or weekend.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure how I would take that, but whatever works for you, and as long as they're chocolate chip, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
Brats. Wild rice brats. Those are my favorite.
Okay, and what do you want on that brat?
I think I'm going to do a little dill mustard, some ketchup, relish, and onions, too. Yeah.
No kraut?
Oh, kraut if they got it. They usually don't, but if they do, absolutely.
All right. Favorite major league team?
I'd have to say the Brewers. First one to come to mind. I've probably been to more Twins games. They're a little closer, but got to stick to the Crew.
Okay. Now, if you could sit down and have dinner with and talk with some baseball personality, whether it is a player or other personality, at any time period whatsoever, who would that be and why?
I'd probably have to talk to Yelich. We play the same position, kind of got the same build, I guess, too, and he just, I just want to know what it's like to be in the league for, that long and be consistent. I mean, he's had his ups and downs, but for the most part, he's one of the only Brewers that's, really been in the lineup in recent years as long as he did, so.
We're talking with Carson Windenhausen today on Cavalier Profile, and Carson, how about a shout out to the family and friends that come and watch you at the game?
Yeah, absolutely. Got to, give a shout out to my mom, my dad, Andrea, and my dad, Brad, and my girlfriend, Emmy, as well.
Now, help everybody find you out there on the field. Number and position.
32, not 34.
They just gave it to
Yeah,
you.
they took it out. Number 32 on the field.
Okay, outfield then?
Outfield and first base, maybe a little DH.
Okay, all right. We want to thank Carson Windenhausen for joining us today on Cavalier Profile. Coming up next, more In the Dugout.
This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more In the Dugout coming right up.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, Any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today, the Cavaliers will have an opportunity to move a step closer to locking up a CRBL playoff spot when they take on the Beef River Bullfrogs. Now, the Cavaliers currently hold the number 4 playoff spot with a 3-game lead in the all-important loss column over the Cadott Red Sox, who face the Tilden Tigers tonight, and the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. Now, if the Cavaliers take care of business, they're in. But they can't count on either the Red Sox or the Lumberjacks losing, so taking care of business simply means winning. So we have some exciting Eau Claire Cavalier baseball coming your way. In just a moment, I'll be joining our broadcast crew at Spangberg Field in Strum as we prepare to bring you today's Cavalier game against the Beef River Bullfrogs. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Stay tuned! Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Eau Claire Cavalier baseball is on the air.
Fly ball out into center field. It's hit hard. It's hit long, and it's gone. A home run for Cole Hyman.
NLWN-TV proudly presents today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us while we follow the Cavaliers as they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Fly ball out into right field. This one's tagged, and it's out of here. Into the fan deck, a 2-run home run by Gabe O'Brien.
And now, out to the ballpark for Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
And good afternoon or evening, and welcome to Spangberg Field in Strum, Wisconsin, as the Cavaliers are getting ready to take on the Beef River Bullfrogs. Rick Olson here, along with Commander-in-Chief Lemler on the camera, along with Dan Petchow giving us all of his analysis, and Ann Monroe on the computer. And it's a beautiful night for baseball, so we're settled in here and getting ready for baseball, and we're going to have it for you here. Dan, we're back in league play now, and this one counts.
Yeah, it's getting down to the wire now for these teams, and we got some big games coming up here for the Cavs in the next week.
And this one could make a big difference as far as that number 4 playoff spot goes. Not so much for the Bullfrogs, but for the Cavaliers. A win tonight would really help them get in a position to solidify that 4th playoff spot. And so they are very much trying to take care of that. We'll see if we can get some scores on the Tilden Tigers and Cadott Red Sox, because that game will have an impact on it as well. As the game goes on tonight. Dan, why don't you run through the starting lineups for tonight's game for us?
Yeah, here's the starters for the Bullfrogs. Batting first will be their center fielder, number 27, Mason Bauer. Batting second will be their first baseman, number 6, Taylor Rathke. Batting third will be their catcher, number 13, Will Thibodeau. Batting fourth will be their second baseman, number 24, Will Seymour. Batting fifth will be their extra hitter, number 8, Ryan Gray. Batting 6th will be their shortstop, number 12, Justin Becker. Batting 7th will be their third baseman, number 4, George Munson. Batting 8th will be their pitcher, number 9, Wes Boyowski. Batting 9th will be the left fielder, number 29, Reese Lucas. Batting 10th will be the right fielder, number 21, Dylan Fox, with Wes Boyowski on the mound.
Boyarski has a record of 1-0 with a 7.09 earned run average. He's thrown 33 innings so far this year with 22 strikeouts. Also should mention that 2 years ago, you'd have found Reese Lucas in a Cavalier uniform. But now he's out here with the Beef River Bullfrogs. And the Bullfrogs always play the Cavaliers tight, so tell us who the Cavaliers are throwing at them.
Yeah, here's the starters for the Cavaliers. Batting first will be the shortstop, number 6, Caden Erickson. Batting second will be the third baseman, number 4, Xavier Bedminster. Batting third will be their second baseman, number 47, Gabe Mueller. Batting fourth will be their catcher, number 35, Sam Knickerbocker. Batting fifth will be their left fielder, number 11, Brayton Tillman. Batting sixth will be their first baseman, number 19, Cole Simon. Batting seventh will be the designated hitter, number 44, Jerome Delikowski. Batting ninth will be the right fielder, number 28, Ashton Kroll. Batting 10th will be their extra hitter, number 24, Dalton Steele, with Cooper Dykes on the mound.
And behind the plate, we have Larry Durkop calling balls and strikes. So, Dan, you better be on your best behavior because he is the boss for your real job.
Yeah, 2 games in a row, I got to be careful.
And I think we're going to have a moment here for the playing of our national anthem.
Please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
And that's the playing of our national anthem from Spangberg Field here in Strum, Wisconsin. Spangberg Field is a nice little nestled ballpark here in Strum. And as I look out left field, they have greenage growing all along the left field fence, shades of Wrigley Field, although I don't think it's ivy in this case, and pine trees lining right field out to center field. And it's 308 down the left field line, 365 to straightaway center field, and 305 down the right field line here at Spangberg Field. Taking a look at the Beef River Bullfrogs defensively, Will Thibodeau is behind the plate. George Munson is out on third. Justin Becker is at short. Will Seymour is at second. Taylor Rathke is at first. And out in the outfield, it's Reese Lucas and Mason Bauer and Dylan Fox going from left to right. On the mound, Wes Boyarski, as I mentioned to you, has a record of 1-0, 7.09 ERA in 33 innings pitched. He's got 22 strikeouts. In years past, he's been kind of a thorn in the Cavaliers side. So we'll see if they can get to him today. Due up for the Cavaliers. In the top of the first is Caden Erickson, Xavier Bemnister, and Cade Mueller. And like I said, we have Larry Durkop behind the plate. And Dan is going to try and find out who the first base umpire is.
Kent Stelter.
Okay, Kent Stelter. And so stepping up to the plate for the Cavaliers is Caden Erickson. Comes into the game batting .278. Boyarski looks in. And the first pitch is curveball high. A ball and no strikes. And the pitch. That one's fly ball down the left field line, and it's run over and caught by Reese Lucas out in left field. That'll bring up Xavier Bemnister.
Up to bat for the Cavs.
Hey.
So Bemnister comes into the game batting .324. And the first pitch is a ball. And the pitch. Strike called at the letters. Boyarski looks in. And the 1-1 pitch is high for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch. That's outside. Counts even at 2-2. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Well, now the count's even at 2-2. And the pitch. That one's fouled away down the first base line, and moving back and making catches, Taylor Rathke. We'll bring up Cade Mueller, batting .295. Mueller wearing a new number today. That pitch is outside for a ball. He's now number 47. And the pitch, that's high and tight. Two balls. And high for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 down. And the pitch. That one's popped out into the outfield. Moving over is Bauer, and he makes the catch. So the Cavs go 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played a half inning. It's the Cavaliers nothing, and the Beef River Bullfrogs coming to bat on NLWN-TV.
Menominee Eye Optical can help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract or LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eyewear for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality personalized care for you and your family.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame.
Our next game will be on Sunday, July 21st, as the Cavaliers take on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a doubleheader from Casper Park in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 12 noon, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Sunday, July 21st on NLWN-TV.
Back here at Spangberg Field, heading into the bottom of the first inning. Beef River Bullfrogs coming up with Mason Bauer leading things off. Taylor Rathke will follow him, and followed by Will Thibodeau. Cooper Dykes on the mound for the Cavaliers. He comes into the game with a 2-0 record and a 2.40 earned run average. Had a pretty good outing his last time out. And the throw goes down to second. And we're ready to start the bottom half of the first inning. Leading off, Mason Bauer. Bauer batting .281. He's the center fielder. And the pitch from Dykes is fouled back. Taking a look at the Cavs defensively, Knickerbocker behind the plate. Bemnister's at third, Erickson at short. Mueller is at second. Timon at first. Tillman, Palmer, and Kroll going from left to right out in the outfield. And that pitch is low. Counts even at 1-1. And the pitch. That's a strike right down the middle of Water Street. I don't know if they have a Water Street here in Strum, Dan, but if they do, it was right down the middle of it. And the pitch. Soft liner out into center field. It's for a base hit. Bauer checks in at first.
Now back with Bullfrogs, number 6.
Yeah, that's going to bring up Taylor Rathke. Rathke batting .265. And the pitch. That's a strike at the letters for Rathke.
265, 12 RBIs.
Run takes the lead, throw over to first. And Bauer gets back. And the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. Moving over, making the catch is Palmer. Coming over from center field. And Rathke goes down.
Now stepping up to the plate for the Bullfrogs.
That's going to bring up Will Thibodeau. Thibodeau batting .360.
Six RBIs.
Bauer takes his lead and the pitch. That's a curveball over for strike one. Dykes at the belt. Peeks at first and delivers. Fouled away on the right side, out of play. If the kids go chasing them today into to that cornfield out behind us, they'll be children of the corn. Those of you who are Stephen King fans. There's a ground ball foul down the third base line.
You guys gotta put a little flag on top of their hats. Find them the field.
Yeah, with the kids that are here today, that corn's taller than most of them. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. Throw down to first, and Bauer gets back. But Thibodeau goes down swinging. That's going to bring up Will Seymour. Seymour batting 500. But, Dan, that's got to be limited number of at-bats.
Will Seymour, 500. It's only got 2 RBIs.
How many at-bats, though? Throw over to first, and Bauer's back.
At-bats, 14.
So limited number of at-bats. He's 7 for 14. And the pitch. There's a strike at the letters. Dykes looks over at first and delivers. Strike 2, curveball over the plate. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on first. Throw over to first, and Bauer's back. And the pitch. Strike 3 called. So after giving up a leadoff hit, Cooper Dykes settles down the next 3 batters in a row, and it's no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We've played an inning and no score from Spangberg Field on NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
So we're back here in Strum at Spangberg Field. And the crowd is still filtering in. They've got a nice concession stand here at Strum with brats and hot dogs. You know, Dad, if you have brats and hot dogs, you know you're at a ball game and you can't really go wrong.
I wonder how many pounds of hot dogs we eat for years.
Boy, oh boy.
But
and we want to remind you that we do have an award that we're going to give out at the end of the season, the Top Dog Award to the concession stand with the best hot dogs that we sampled this year. And we have several that are in the running.
Yeah. Get through it. Get through the ball.
Coming to the plate for the Cavaliers is Sam Knickerbocker. He'll be followed by Brayton Tillman and Cole Timon.
Stepping up to the plate for the Cavaliers. Knickerbocker.
Knickerbocker batting .377. Boyarsky delivers. It's high for a ball. Like I said, Boyarsky works from the belt all the time. Pitches outside, ball 2. And the pitch. That's high for ball 3.
You gotta throw your one.
This one might have your name on it.
And the pitch. That's high ball 4. So Knickerbocker draws the 4-pitch walk.
On is good.
Brayton Tillman comes to the plate batting .328.
Over there.
And we do have a courtesy runner, and I can't catch his number right now.
Mason Yarrington.
Oh, Mason Yarrington is out there, number 49. That might be number 7. Fly ball out into right field, and it's going to fall in for a base hit. Yarrington rounds second. He heads over to third, and he's going to be safe there. So a good solid base hit by Brayton Tillman. Moves Yarrington over.
Yeah,
Middle time.
So Cole Timon comes to the plate batting .278. Yarrington's probably the Cavalier with the biggest smile on his face still today. After Monday getting his first hit of the season. That pitch is outside to Timon. Curveball that didn't do what Boyarski wanted it to. Boyarski has a whip of 2.0 or 2.30. That pitch is high, ball 2. Boyarski delivers. Pitch is high. Ball 3. Tillman bluffed going to second. They do have runners on the corners. Nobody out. And the pitch. That's high, ball 4. So Timon draws the walk. Bases are now loaded for Trent Palmer.
Stepping up, Stepped up to the plate for the Cavaliers, left fielder Trenton.
I think the public address announcer wants to be fishing. He wanted to step up to the bait.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And they're going to have a little chat at the mound. Ryan Bemnister has a little talk with Tillman. Or Palmer. Trent Palmer.
Big gap in between right and center.
No, not quite so much of one. The center fielder's moving over that way with the left-handed Palmer. And that pitch is low for a ball. Palmer batting .232. There's a strike at the knees.
Come on now, come on, let's get a hit here. Just a good poke.
And the pitch. High pop up down the third baseline, and coming over making the catch is Reese Lucas. Just a little too high for allowed Lucas to get over in time.
Come on, Jerome.
Come on, Jerome.
There's a little
Come on, the
breeze
base
going
for ya.
on.
Go. Come on, Romy.
So Jerome Delikowski is at the plate, batting .171. Bases loaded. And that pitch is outside for a ball. Boyarski looks in. And the pitch. That's down low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. This is basically a hitter's pitch here, Dan, because Boyarski has nowhere to put him. The 2-0 pitch. That's a strike at the belt. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch. That's outside and a little low. 3-1. Another hitter's pitch coming for Delikowski.
Come on.
Boyarski at the belt. And the 3-1 pitch. Called strike on the inside edge.
Pitch.
Count is full. Bases loaded, 1 out. Fly ball, foul, out of play.
Come on. Come on, go over a different fence.
Count remains 3-2.
Get around on him.
Boyarski checking the bases, now delivers. Fly ball out into left field. That's back and deep. It's off the fence. 1 run. Yarrington scores. And into score also is Tillman. So a 2 RBI double out to the fence by Jerome Delikowski.
Yeah, just a solid hit.
Up to bat for the Cavaliers.
Puts the Cavaliers on top, 2-0, and Ashton Kroll comes to the plate. And he hits a hard shot right over to third, and they almost got the double play. Cole Timon dove back to the base. Kroll lined out to third.
Okay, come on.
And that's going to bring up Dalton Steele with 2 down. Runners at second and third. Timon's at third. Delikowski at second. Cavs have 2 runs in. And the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 1. Dalton Steele batting 133 on the season. He's the extra hitter today. And the pitch. Strike called. Belt high. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. That one's fouled out of play on the right side.
They battle up there too.
Count remains 0-2. 2 down, 2 on. Boyarski at the belt. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled straight back out of play. And still the count is 0-2. Dalton Steele battling at the plate. He's choked up a little bit. And the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Timon with his lead at third. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. But for the Cavaliers, they pick up 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. We've completed an inning and a half, and it's the Cavaliers 2 and the Bullfrogs nothing on NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Yeah, I think one of the things us veterans are hoping for is soon the cabin will be built.
It's going to be amazing to be able to come to a place like this and stay at a cabin with amazing people, animals, a view, and get away from it all.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin, giving Wisconsin veterans and their families a much-needed escape in the Northwoods. Donations of any amount are encouraged, and sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
Heading into the bottom of the second inning, 2 up for the Beef River Bullfrogs is Ryan Gray, Justin Becker, and George Munson. Ryan Gray is the extra hitter, and he's going to be coming into the game batting .289. Dan, what are some of his other numbers looking like?
Well, Ryan Gray, 289, 13 hits, 6 RBIs, and walked 8 times.
Up the bat for the Bullfrogs.
He also has 13 strikeouts.
Ryan Gray.
So Gray steps in. Cooper Dykes on the mound for the Cavs. And he delivers. Fly ball out into right field, foul territory. That was nothing but a loud strike. No balls. One strike. And the pitch. A looper out into left or right center field. Picking it up is Palmer. He gets it back in, but Ryan Gray leads off the second with a base hit.
Shortstop, Justin Becker.
That's going to bring up Justin Becker. Becker batting .250. And a line shot. That goes out into left field for a base hit. So runners at first and second now for the Bullfrogs. Gray's at second, Becker at first, and George Munson comes to the plate batting .179. The third baseman made that catch of the line shot off of Ashton Kroll last inning. He shows bunt. It's a called strike. Hyman was charging down the first baseline as Mueller was heading over to cover first. Shows bunt again, and he offered, and strike one. Strike two. No balls, two strikes to George Munson. And the 0-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike three. That's the third strikeout for Cooper Dykes. That'll bring up the pitcher, Wes Boyarski. Boyarski's batting .290, so he's just below that 300 level. And that pitch is high and tight for a ball.
Play catch with Sam.
Dykes delivers, and that got him. Right in the hip.
Now we're trying to work that inside zone.
So the bases are loaded. Reese Lucas, former Cavalier, coming to the plate. And we have courtesy runner going in. Ethan Bartles is going in to run for Boyarski.
Okay, come on now. Come on, let's play catch here.
One out, bases loaded. Swing and a miss, strike one by Reese Lucas.
Right after me. Come on, let's get this guy. Come on.
It's got a bit of a jam to work out of. Oh, and that pitch just missed inside. Ball, one strike, one out. Dyke steps off. Now he's back on. And the pitch. Pop up. Fly ball out into left field. Moving back is Tillman. He makes the catch. Tagging in, coming in to score is Ryan Gray.
Okay, 2-0.
So Lucas gets a sacrifice fly to left field. And picks up an RBI. And Dylan Fox looking for his first hit as a Bullfrog. And there's a pop foul out of play. It's on the right side. Off into the corn. And the pitch. Line shot out into right field for a base hit. Rounding third and holding.
Now they got a rundown.
And they got him at third. Yes, they had a rundown as Becker held at third, but Wes Boyarski rounded second and was headed over towards third and was put out there. And give Dylan Fox credit for a base hit. So, for the Bullfrogs, they got one run on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. We play 2 innings, and it's the Cavaliers 2 and the Bullfrogs 1 on NLWN-TV.
The Phoenix are rising. It's round 1 of the NLFL playoffs. The Phoenix are there, and so is NLWN-2. The first round playoff game will be on July 27th when the Phoenix will travel to Paul Gale Field in Winona, Minnesota to face the River City Rough Riders. Coverage begins with Phoenix rising at 5:30 p.m. Please note the new start time. Follow the Phoenix in playoff action on NLWN-2 at 5:30 p.m. on July 27th.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Back here at Spangberg Field, leading off for the Cavaliers, top of the order, Caden Erickson. Flew out to left his first time up. And there's a strike about mid-thigh. Cavs on top, 2-1. That pitch is down low. A ball and a strike to Caden Erickson. Here's the pitch. That one's off the helmet of Erickson, and it came all the way out of behind the backstop, rolled over by our table. But Erickson, well, we could say gets a hit. Not quite. I guess we got to get rid of the He just gets hit. So Erickson on first. No damage done. Caden's kind of a hard-headed guy. All the other puns I can think of. Xavier Bemnister at the plate. He lays down a bunt. Boyarski fields it, flips it over to first. And they got him at first.
That's right. Fields.
And they're going to double check this.
Hey, this somebody hit this big.
And Cavs thought they beat it. Erickson's on second. And I think what happened is it's entirely possible Kent Stelter anticipated the call, which is pretty common. And they say he's safe. So it's a bunt single for Xavier Bemnister.
Good call. Good call. Okay, you two.
So that moved Erickson over to second. Bemnister is on first and brings up Cade Mueller, who flew out to center field his last time up. And the pitch, that's a strike called. So Larry Durkop overruled that play after they had the discussion. And the pitch, that one's almost back to the backstop. That was high.
I'll tell you one.
Ball and a strike
Good pitch, Joe.
to Cade Mueller. 2 runners on, nobody out. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. And the pitch. Pop foul. Oh, it's fair territory down the 3rd baseline, and coming over making the catch is Lucas.
Gotta have it here.
It's a little bit deceptive here underneath our awning as to where that ball goes when it goes straight up like that.
Cavaliers catcher Sam Knickerbocker.
Come on, Sam.
Sam Knickerbocker comes to the plate. He drew a walk his first time up, came around and scored. Well, he didn't score. His courtesy runner, Mason Yarrington, did. And the pitch. Strike called at the letters. Boyarski at the belt. And he delivers. That one's down in the dirt. A ball and a strike.
Good pitch, Sam. Pick one out. Come on, Sammy.
Erickson takes his lead at second. And that one's back to the screen. Erickson rounds third. He's going to hold there. Bemnister's on second on a wild pitch. So it's a ball and a strike.
Cavaliers left fielder Bryce Tillman.
Right over to second base, Sam.
Sam Knickerbocker still at the plate. And the pitch. That's inside. 2 balls and a strike. Boyarski looks in and he delivers. That's inside. Check that. That was a 3-0 pitch or 3-1 pitch. Yeah, ball 4. Umpires kind of lost track of how many strikes there and balls there were. Brayton Tillman coming to the plate now. He singled his last time up to right field. Bases loaded. Full of Cavaliers. 1 out. Courtesy runner coming in is Mason Yarrington
Okay.
for Knickerbocker.
Okay, come on. We need a run. Yeah.
And Tillman hits a fly ball out into shallow right or center field. Back to catch it was Will Seymour. That'll bring up Cole Timon. Timon drew a walk his last time up.
Don't make a difference here. Come on now.
And the pitch. That's high for a ball. Dan, that's a pretty deep hole there in the batter's box. Timon's digging a little bit of a berm out in front of it. It's almost got the Grand Canyon he's batting in there. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Boyarski looks in and delivers. Pitches outside for a ball. Two balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field, moving back and making the catch is Bauer for the 3rd out. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, 1 hit, there were no errors, and 3 were left on base. We've played 2.5, and it's the Cavaliers 2 and the Bullfrogs 1 on NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
And we're now back here at Spangberg Field in Strum. Heading into the bottom of the third inning, due up for the Beef River Bullfrogs. Mason Bauer, Taylor Rathke, and Will Thibodeau, the top third of the order. Bauer stepping up. He singled to center field his first time up. Lakes delivers, and that's down in the dirt, ball one. And the pitch. Ground ball picked up by Timon at first, and he makes the play unassisted.
Up the bat from the Bullfrogs, first baseman, Taylor Rathke.
Taylor Rathke at the plate. He flew to center field his first time up. That's a soft liner to Cade Mueller out at second. That'll bring up Will Thibodeau. Went down swinging his first time up.
Up the plate with the Bullfrogs, catcher Will Thibodeau.
And the first pitch is the ball. In the bottom of the third inning, it's the Cadott Red Sox leading the Tilden Tigers 3-0. And there's a strike at the belt. Dykes delivers. Curveball lined out to Erickson at short. So the Bullfrogs go down 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played 3, and it's the Cavaliers 2 and the Beef River Bullfrogs 1 on NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Yeah, we're sitting here at the ballpark as Ann brought out the pretzels, another ballpark staple. So we had hot dogs and pretzels and something that almost resembles Cracker Jacks in these caramel corn puffs.
Oh, it's a big difference, yeah.
Hey, here's some more pretzels over here, Dan. As we're heading into the top of the fourth inning, due up for the Cavaliers. Trent Palmer, Jerome Delikowski, and Ashton Kroll.
Yeah, you're going to get many.
That they work close.
Play for the Cavaliers. Another Trent Palmer.
So Trenton Palmer comes to the plate.
Hit.
Palmer popped out to left field his last time up. That pitch is high for a ball. And pitch foul back at the plate.
Thanks.
Get shoulder in.
Trenton Palmer waits. Now he sends one flying out towards right field, moving over his box, and he makes the catch. One down. Jerome Delikowski comes to the plate. Delikowski put one out to the base of the left field fence last time up, drove in a couple of runs. And that pitch is outside for a ball. And low and away. Jerome Delikowski has a couple of different nicknames that he goes by. Most of the players call him Rome. And the pitch. Fly ball, foul territory, right side, and that's how to play. And at home games, the PA announcer calls him Big Sexy.
Go, Rome.
One ball and one strike. And it's high. Ball two.
Ready, be ready.
And there's a strike called. Counts even at 2-2. Boyarski at the belt. He delivers. It's outside. Evidently, that was a 3-2 pitch. I think Ann had it right. I just didn't look at her scoreboard. At any rate, now we have a runner on first. Ashton Kroll comes to the plate. Hit a line shot right into the glove of George Mason, or Munson, over at third base. Ankle high catch of the ball. There's another hard shot. That one's out into center field. Delikowski checks in at second. And Ashton Kroll gets the base hit this time.
Cavaliers, extra hitter.
That'll bring up Dalton Steele. Steele went down on strikes his first time up. One out, two runners on. And the pitch, that's outside for a ball. And the pitch, that one's down in the dirt, back to the screen. And both runners advance. So Delikowski on third, and Kroll is on second. Courtesy of a wild pitch. A ball and no strikes. That pitch is high, ball 2. Scoreboard says ball 3, but I'm pretty sure that's only the second pitch to him. Maybe he just said 3-0. That's a strike called. And the pitch. Ground ball over towards short. Scooped up there, bobbled, but throw over to first. And he beat it, and Delikowski comes in to score. That's going to be an error on Becker at short. And he's still going to get credit for the RBI because the run would have scored at any rate. And Kroll moves over to third base. Runners on the corners. Steals at first. Kroll on third. And Caden Erickson back to the plate. Flew out to left and's been hit by the pitch. Pitch is outside for a ball. Thibodeau wants to have a talk with Boyarski. Cavs threatening with 1 out. Will Thibodeau behind the plate. Now Erickson steps in. Boyarski checks the runner at first. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. Steele not going on that one. There's a high pop foul out of play. Out in the cornfield. Kind of hit the mud that time. I could hear it kind of splat in the mud.
Not too far, a couple rows deep.
Steele takes his lead at first. And the pitch is down low.
Yeah, Rick, it didn't rain today.
Hey, it didn't rain. You're right, Dan. 3-1.
Raining for a month.
And the pitch. There's a strike called.
Okay, come on now, let's put yours.
Count is full. Runners on the corners. To Caden Erickson. And the pitch. Erickson hits a soft fly ball out into left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Kroll comes in to score. Erickson singles and moves Steele over to second.
Xavier Bemresser.
But give Erickson an RBI. And Xavier Bemnister comes to the plate with 2 runners on.
How that happened some years ago.
That puts the Cavs on top 4-1. And that pitch is outside to Bemnister. Bemnister fouled out to first and then laid down a really nice bunt. And he beat it out. And pitch. There's a strike at the letters. It's a ball and a strike. And there's a strike called at the letters. That curveball caught the outside edge.
Snap it up quick.
And the 1-2 pitch. That's high. Counts even at 2-2.
Go put him play here.
We're in the top of the 4th inning. And the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. That's out number 2 for the Cavaliers. Brings up Cade Mueller. He flew out to center field, flew out to left field. Fly ball to right that finds the grass would be a nice thing right about now. That way he's spreading it around. And the pitch, fouled away at the plate.
Where's the ball, right? Yeah, they're playing them deep, so they can just get it over the second base or shortstop head. There's lots of room.
Boyarski looks at second. And he delivers. There's a pop. Foul. Rathke moves over and he makes a catch in foul territory. So for the Cavaliers, they do pick up 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 2 were left on base. So we played 3.5, and it's the Cavaliers 4 and the Bullfrogs 1 on NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame.
Our next game will be on Sunday, July 21st, as the Cavaliers take on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a doubleheader from Casper Park in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 12 noon, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Sunday, July 21st on NLWN-TV.
The Phoenix are rising. It's round 1 of the NLFL playoffs. The Phoenix are there, and so is NLWN-2. The first round playoff game will be on July 27 when the Phoenix will travel to Paul Gale Field in Winona, Minnesota to face the River City Rough Riders. Coverage begins with Phoenix rising at 5:30 p.m. Please note the new start time. Follow the Phoenix in playoff action on NLWN-2 at 5:30 p.m. on July 27th.
Heading into the bottom of the 4th inning, Will Seymour steps to the plate for the Bullfrogs. And the pitch, ground ball over towards second, picked up by Mueller, and throw over to first in time. Bullfrogs are Amanda's second favorite team in the CRBL. Her fierce, of course, is the Cavs. That's because she's a big fan of frogs. At the plate now is Ryan Gray. He singled to center his first time up. There's a curveball caught right over the plate. Cooper Dykes on the mound. And the pitch, that one was a curveball that missed outside.
Come on, put it in this mitt.
And the pitch, high pop, foul out of play. That one's over in the cornfield. You know, we might see ghosts coming out of that cornfield with that many baseballs going in there. There's a ground ball over to third, picked up, throw to first by Bemnister over to Timon in time.
Now step up and play.
You know, Dan, who says the Field of Dreams has to be in Iowa? There's a baseball field right next to a cornfield, and the ghost came out of the corn. You never know.
Baseballs are ghost seeds.
Oh, Ann says the baseballs are ghost seeds.
Oh, sure.
Yep. Okay. Oh, boy, it's getting deep. Pitch is high for a ball. This is Justin Baker. He singled to left his first time up. And there's a pitch called strike on the outside corner.
You could hear him before you saw him.
And the pitch. That's high for a ball.
Come on.
And the pitch. Outside. And of course, a couple of fans off to our right here were saying, yeah, the ghost this time would be the ghosts of Glenn St. Arnold and Harv Tomter.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. Strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down.
Hit.
And that one's down low. Well, it must have been a full count.
Yeah, he tried to get him to chase one.
So Justin Becker draws the walk. That's the first walk given up by Cooper Dykes. George Munson comes to the plate. He struck out his first time up. And the pitch, high pop-up, out into shallow center field. Trying to make the catch, can't do it as Palmer throwing to third, and they don't get the tag. So, give Munson a single to center field, and he went to second on the throw as Becker is safe at third with 2 down, and Wes Boyarski comes to the plate. He was hit by the pitch his first time up. And Dykes delivers one on the outside third.
Come on, put it right there.
No balls and a strike. And the pitch. That's down low. 1-1 is the count. And there's a strike right down the middle of the plate. A ball and 2 strikes with 2 down. 2 runners on. And the pitch. Fouled at the plate. Rolled out in the fair territory, but it was already a foul ball. Count remains 1-2. Dykes delivers. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So for the Bullfrogs, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. We've completed 5, and check that. We've completed 4 with the Cavaliers on top, 4-1 on NLWN-TV.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona, Menominee, and surrounding areas. Specializing in concrete construction, excavating, flatwork poured walls, and much more, they're right for all of your concrete needs. Call C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls at 715-559-1335.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Hi. I'm your retirement fear. But don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. Here, this is pretirement.org.
Retirement savings options? Potential tax breaks?
Move.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
You got this.
Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
We have a new pitcher now for
It's mine.
the.
Oh, I'm undrafted when I was. I went to the.
We have a new pitcher now for the Bullfrogs. On the mound is Mason Bauer.
Right there.
And Wes Boyarski moves out to center field. And due up for the Cavaliers in the 6th inning is Sam Knickerbocker. 5th inning.
Take Sam's. Good time.
Knickerbocker at the plate. He's walked his 2 times up. And there's a pitch inside. One ball. And the pitch swung on a miss. Strike 1. Counts even at 1-1. And the pitch. That's low and inside.
Here it comes.
Look at us.
The pitch is inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. To Sam Knickerbocker. I don't know if Amanda caught it or not between innings, but the bleacher crew is out there in left field, seated on top of the hill. Line shot out into right field, base hit for Knickerbocker. It's going to bring up Brayton Tillman. Tillman singled and scored his first time up. He also popped out to second.
Mason Yarrington comes in for Knickerbocker to run.
Okay, come on now. We need a nice hit.
Everybody hits.
Bauer at the belt, and he delivers. There's a strike called. And the pitch swung on a miss. Strike 2. By the way, Boyarski went 4 innings, gave up 4 runs. They were all earned on 5 hits and struck out 2. Check swing ball outside. Bauer's only thrown a couple of innings so far this year. Only appeared in 1 game. He's given up 3 hits. He's got an ERA of 4.50. Ball and 2 strikes to Brayton Tillman. And the pitch. Strike 3 called. Threw a fastball over the outside. That's going to bring up Cole Timon. Timon walked and flew out to center field.
Time.
Howard delivers. It's inside for a ball. One out. Yarrington on first, running for Knickerbocker. And the pitch. Fly ball out towards right field, towards the line. It falls in, base hit. And the ball comes in, heading over to third, and in safely there is Yarrington. So Timon singles to right, just inside the foul line.
Up back Cavaliers, center fielder, Trent Palmer.
Trent Palmer comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Hit a high fly ball out to left field. Wasn't all that deep, but just really high. It's a good thing there weren't clouds or it would have rained today, Dan.
No more rain.
He also flew out to right field. And the pitch swung on a miss, strike one. Chased one right down below the knees that time. Hyman with a lead at first. Yarrington with the lead at third. And the pitch. And it's a ground ball to short. Flip to second for one. Throw to first. No, they don't even throw it. They don't have it. Yarrington comes in to score. And so Palmer is on a fielder's choice. And Timon is out 6-4.
Designated hitter, Jerome.
So with 2 down, brings up Jerome Delikowski. Doubled off the fence in left field and also drew a walk and scored a run. And that pitch is outside for a ball. Palmer with a good second lead. And they take a lead, and then when the pitcher delivers, they go a little further. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Ball and a strike. Auer looking in and delivers. Ground ball back to the pitcher. He bobbles it. Takes his time, throws it over to first for the third out. So for the Cavaliers, they do pick up a run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. So we've played 4.5, and it's the Cavaliers 5 and the Bullfrogs 1 on NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
So we're back here at Spangberg Field. Cavaliers leading 5-1 as we head into the bottom of the 5th inning. Due up for the Bullfrogs is Reese Lucas, followed by Dylan Fox, and then back to the top of the order with the now pitcher, Mason Bauer. Cooper Dykes starting his 5th inning of work. There's a foul over to the third base side. Dykes looks in for the sign and delivers. Ground ball down the third baseline. It rolls foul. No balls, 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Nobody on.
Looks like this is Troy Mullen.
And Dykes delivers. Check swing. He didn't go. He had a notion. A ball and 2 strikes. He was thinking about going after that one that was pretty low and outside.
No.
And Lucas thought better of it. That one was low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Works.
Knickerbocker dropped the ball, and that one was close enough that he went ahead and tagged Lucas, thinking that it might have been a called strike. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's high for ball 3.
Hope we don't lose him. Right at him.
Dykes delivers a payoff pitch. Fly ball out into left field. That's going to fall in for a hit, and rounding first as the ball comes in is Reese Lucas.
Now step up to the plate for the Bullfrogs. Right fielder,
Dylan Fox got his first hit of the season. His last time up when he singled to right field. And he offered, and it's a strike. Fox showing bunt. No balls and a strike. And the pitch, swinging away that time, pops up foul out of play. 0-2 is the count. Dykes looks in and delivers. Curveball outside. A ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. There's a curveball over the plate. Cooper Dykes gets him looking. So with an out, runner on first, back to the top of the order, Mason Bauer. He singled and grounded to first. By the way, in the bottom of the 5th inning, it's the Cadott Red Sox 3 and the Tilden Tigers 1. And the pitch, that's low for a ball. And the pitch, there's a hard shot out into right field. And it got away from Kroll out there in right field, which allowed the runners to advance an extra base. I think they're going to give him a hit and an error.
It's a little probably hot one cross there.
Back to go on.
So it brings up Taylor Rathke, who's 0 for 2. That pitch is low. Dykes looking in, and he delivers. Strike called at the belt. There's a ground ball. Picked up, throw over to first. Dykes was covering, but a run does come in to score. So Rathke grounds out 4-1 covering.
Bullfrogs center fielder Will Thibodeau.
And into scores Reese Lucas. And give Rathke an RBI on that. And Will Thibodeau comes to the plate with 2 down.
Yeah, new batter.
Yes, that's the way to do it. Come on. Come on, all we need is one more out.
I thought he said no. But they have the same number, so.
And the pitch is outside. And I think Dan's right. I do think we have a new. No, it's Will Thibodeau.
It is.
Runners at second and third. Check that, just a runner at third. There's a foul ball back into the screen.
Good, got 2 strikes on him. Come on, just one more.
It's Mason Bauer over on third. Thibodeau's 0 for 2, struck out and then lined to short. There's a high pop-up in the infield. Erickson moving underneath it, calling it, and he makes the catch. So, for the Bullfrogs, they pick up 1 run on 2 hits. There was a Cavalier error and 1 left on base. So we've played 5, and it's the Cavaliers 5 and the Bullfrogs 2 on NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
I've always been told I gotta be strong. Thick skin, tough as nails. But to be everything for everybody, it wears on you. Black don't crack, they say. But it can. We all can. Reach out to a friend if you see them going through it. No matter who you are, being vulnerable is what makes us whole. Learn how to help at seizetheawkward.org.
And if you look down the third base line here at Spangberg Field, you see the bleacher bums out there. They're sitting on top of the berm by the road outside the left field fence. That's a great place to watch a ball game from.
Yeah. I remember being at Carson Park hanging out back there. We'd be playing on the line field, but we'd all be peering over the fence.
So we're going into the top of the 6th inning. Due up for the Cavaliers, Ashton Kroll, Dalton Steele, and Caden Erickson due up. So Ashton Kroll coming to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. He's also lined out with a shot that robbed him of a base hit over to third. That ankle high catch out there by Munson. Bauer on the mound. He hit the outside corner with that pitch.
They hit here.
No balls and a strike. Bauer at the belt. 0-1 pitch. Fly ball out towards center field. That could fall in. Diving and unable to make the catch. And Ashton Kroll is on with his 2nd hit of the night.
Good effort out there in center field.
He made a really good effort. He almost came up with it.
Go and check.
That was Boyarski.
Up the bat for the Cavaliers, number 24, Dalton Steele.
And you're right, they are going to take a minute to go check things out with Boyarski.
Is he gonna come out? Yeah, it looks like it.
Is that him coming off the field?
I think so.
Yeah, Boyarski's coming out. Let's see who they send out there to take his place. And Dan, use those binoculars. Get that number of the guy going out to center field.
I don't have the eagle eye ready.
He's kind of pointing his number towards us. So, let's see. Going into the game is Tim Prince,
23.
And so moving over to center, they don't have a 23, Dan.
22?
22 is the guy that just went in. Who's the guy that's playing center? Because Tim Prince is going in. Oh, Reese Lucas, I think, is playing center field.
Yeah.
That's so. Yeah, we do.
So Tim Prince into the lineup going to left field. Reese Lucas moves over to center field. And Prince will be batting in Boyarski's spot. And now coming to the plate is Dalton Steele. Steele struck out and then reached on an error, picked up an RBI when he did. And there's a strike on the outside corner. No balls and a strike. Nobody out. And there's a soft foul ball off to the right side. No balls, 2 strikes. Ashton Kroll on first. Bauer delivers. Pitch is low and away. Ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. That's high and inside. Count evens up at 2-2. Mason Bauer looking in. He's at the belt. And the 2-2 pitch. Line shot. That's going to go out into right field for a base hit. Ashton Kroll stops at second.
Up the bat to the Cavs.
And it's going to bring up Caden Erickson. Erickson is 1 for 2. He singled to left his last time up. That was an RBI single. He's also been hit by the pitch. Right off the noggin. And the pitch. And was outside for a ball. Erickson kind of showed bunt there. He bluffed it a little bit. I really don't think he is. Ball and no strikes. And the pitch. There's a high pop foul out of play.
Okay, come on, let's straighten her out.
Ball and a strike. There's the pitch. A strike called at the belt.
Fine, you do feel good here.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Got a little activity going on in the bullpen for the Bullfrogs. Brady Zimpel warming up down there. That pitch is high. Counts even at 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And the pitch. Ground ball, foul down the third base line.
Okay, straighten her out.
We're in the top of the 6th inning. Cavs have 2 runners on with nobody out. Kroll at second. Steele at first. And the pitch is outside. Count is full. Three balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. And it's fouled away by Erickson. And actually, Dan, that's the way you fight it off. If it's anywhere near the strike zone, you don't leave it in the umpire's hands.
Yeah, you
You get a piece of it.
Yeah, expand that.
Bauer at the belt. And the payoff pitch. Fly ball out into left field. God, shit. Shortstop. Making the catch is Becker. And so Erickson's down. Xavier Bemnister comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3. And the one was a bunt single that he beat out.
Guy on second, one's okay.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. As evening is settling in here at Spangberg Park. And the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. One down. 0-2. That's high. So it goes to 1-2. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. And Bemnister goes down swinging for the second time tonight. Little Mario Brothers music for us there. Cade Mueller comes to the plate. He flew out to center, flew out to left, and then fouled out to first. And there's a pitch outside for a ball.
Okay, come on.
Ball and a strike with 2 down. There's a high pop foul out of play. Landed right behind us.
I think I got that one.
You're getting slow in your old age here, Dan.
My eye moved just throughout the rest of the body.
Bauer steps off the mound. Now he goes back up. A ball and a strike to Cade Mueller. 2 runners on for the Cavs. And the pitch. Strike called. A delay call that time by Larry Durkop.
Okay. Got this. 1-2.
1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. That one's down in the dirt.
Yep. What?
Ashton Kroll got a little far away from second base that time, and a couple people held their breath. Mueller waiting for the 2-2 pitch. And here it comes. There's a shot out into center field, falls in for a base hit. Rounding third is Kroll. He's going to come in to score, throw to third, and safe at third is Dalton Steele. And Mueller is on second.
Cavaliers, catcher Sam Knickerbocker.
Come on, Sam. See me? Just need a base hit. Nothing serious.
Brings up Sam Knickerbocker, who singled his last time up to right field. Then his courtesy runner came in to score. The pitch is high. All and no strikes. And the pitch. There's a shot out into center field, but moving right over to make the catch is Reese Lucas. So the Cavaliers do pick up a run on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. So we have played 5.5, and it's the Cavaliers 6 and the Beef River Bullfrogs 2 on NLWN-TV.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
I've always been told I gotta be strong. Thick skin, tough as nails. But to be everything for everybody, it wears on you. Black don't crack, they say. But it can. We all can. Reach out to a friend if you see them going through it. No matter who you are, being vulnerable is what makes us whole. Learn how to help at seizetheawkward.org.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame.
Our next game will be on Sunday, July 21st, as the Cavaliers take on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a doubleheader from Casper Park in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 12 noon, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Sunday, July 21st on NLWN-TV.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
New pitcher for the Cavaliers. Andrew Milner, usually a starter, getting a little relief stint today. Pitches outside for a ball to Will Seymour. Seymour's 0 for 2. Went down looking and then grounded to second.
Come on, bring him in.
And that pitch is outside. Two balls, no strikes. There's a strike. Milner, a little harder thrower than Cooper Dykes. Swing and a miss, strike two. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. That's going to bring up Ryan Gray.
Stepping up to the plate for the Bullfrogs, extra hitter Ryan
Gray is 1 for 2. He singled to center field and grounded to third. And that pitch just missed high. Milner delivers. Swing and a miss, strike one. And the pitch. Strike called. Ball and 2 strikes now to Ryan Gray.
Sam, what did you make?
And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Yeah, Gray fooled on that one. That's going to bring up Justin Becker, who's 1 for 1. He singled, and then he also drew a walk. And the first pitch is a ball. And there's a ground ball out under the glove of Erickson at short. That's going to be an error on Erickson. And that'll bring up George Munson. Munson is 1 for 2. He singled and struck out. That pitch is a little bit high for a ball. By the way, in the bottom of the 6th inning, it's the Cadott Red Sox 3, Tilden Tigers 2. And that just above the letters. Well, I think he called it a strike. Ball and a strike. And the pitch. Swung on a miss. He chased the high heat that time.
Same spot.
Oh, 2 balls.
And the pitch. Strike called. Now the count is even at 2-2. Milner looks at first, and he delivers. High pop foul out of play. Back in the corn. So the count holds at 2-2 with 2 down. And the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball towards right field. Foul. And the pitch. It's outside. Count is full. It's going to be traveling time now for Becker at first. 3-2's a count with 2 down. Becker goes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So for the Bullfrogs, no runs, no hits, There was one Cavalier error and one left on base. We've played 6, and it's the Cavaliers 6 and the Bullfrogs 2 on NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think one of the things us veterans are hoping for is soon the cabin will be built.
It's going to be amazing to be able to come to a place like this and stay at a cabin with amazing people, animals, a view, and get away from it all.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin, giving Wisconsin veterans and their families a much-needed escape in the Northwoods. Donations of any amount are encouraged and sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Pitcher for the Bullfrogs is Brady Zimpel. And at the plate for the Cavaliers is Brayton Tillman. And the first pitch is a ball. Tillman is 1 for 3. Singled, popped to second, and struck out looking. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball 2. Simple looking in, and he delivers. That's outside for ball 3. Simple's got 5 innings pitched. He does have a win. He's got a 1-0 record and an ERA of 1.80. There's a strike called. 3-1 is the count now. And pitch. Strike 2 called to Brayton Tillman.
Way down. I don't know. Figure it out.
And the payoff pitch. Chopper foul down the first baseline.
That was a nice count. It's gonna make a face. Hey, that was gonna happen. Stand that zone. Let's go. Sure you very cold, eh? You sure you don't want to sit this? I want to get it.
And the pitch. That's outside for ball 4. So Brayton Tillman drew the walk. That'll bring up Cole Timon. Timon is 1 for 2, singled his last time up to right field. And what Dan and I were saying was kind of a seeing eye single, just fell in fair.
Yeah. Cavs had a few of those tonight.
And the pitch. Strike called. Timon didn't like it. He thought it was inside. No balls and a strike. Runner goes, pitches back to the screen. Tillman is in at second. He's actually going to get credit for the stolen base on that, because he was already going. Ball and a strike to Cole Timon.
Yeah, that's what they worked Cole last time. It's down and away.
I know. Let's see it.
He took advantage of it, went the opposite way with it. And the pitch. There was a strike at the belt.
Come on now.
A ball and 2 strikes to Cole Timon. And the pitch. Inside, 2-2 is the count. Timon, the veteran on the Cavaliers. And it's inside. The count is full.
Okay, come on now.
Brady Zimple on the mound. And the payoff pitch to Timon. Ground ball over to third. Picked up there by Munson. Throw to first in time. And they do hold the runner at second. So Tillman remains at second as Timon grounds out third to first and brings up Trenton Palmer. Palmer's 0 for 3. Popped out to left field, flew out to right, and got on the fielder's choice. And the pitch shows bunt, and they say he offered, and it's a strike. By the way, the numbers on Mason Bauer, he went 2 innings, gave up a run. It was earned on 5 hits and struck out 2. And the pitch, it's outside, throw to third, and in safely is Brayton Tillman.
Bring him home. Down here. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So it's a ball and a strike to Trenton Palmer. And the pitch shows bunt again. He lays it down, and they try to run the squeeze, and they aren't able to successfully complete it because it didn't get quite far enough away from home. And Thibodeau picked it up immediately and chased Tillman back to the bag and then made the throw to first.
Stepping up to the plate with the Cavaliers, Jerome Delikowski.
So Jerome Delikowski, he's 1 for 2, doubled. It was a 2 RBI double, and then grounded back to the pitcher. He's also drawn a walk and scored a run. And the pitch, that's a strike. Thigh high.
Pitch, come on. Space round. Choose.
And the pitch. High pop up foul. It's out of play. I still think we're going to see ghosts coming out of that corn yet tonight, Dan.
I know, I got a little chill there.
They're supposed to return the balls, you know, and
I've had a chill a couple times.
Here's the pitch to Delikowski. He chops one through the infield, being picked up. They can't get it cleanly, and Delikowski's safe at first. And in to score is Brayton Tillman. Delikowski's going to get the RBI because they would have made the play at first.
Up the bat, Cavaliers, number 28, Ashton Kroll.
I think that's going to be an error on the third baseman to get Delikowski on. Ashton Kroll comes to the plate. He's 2 for 3. And that pitch missed high. Ball and no strikes. There's a chopper foul on the third base side.
Come on now. Let's get a bigger piece.
Ball and a strike. 2 down. Jerome Delikowski on first. And the pitch. That's low for a ball. Dalton Steele on deck. And the pitch.
Come on now, let's get a hit here. Come on.
3 balls and a strike. Simple. Peaks at first. Now he delivers. And it's high for ball 4. Cole draws a walk. He's been on 3 times tonight. It's going to bring up Dalton Steele. And Steele is 1 for 3.
Runner for Delikowski.
Here we go, Bill.
It's still the braces me.
And let's see if we can catch a number there. 2.
I think it's
That's going to be Eli Rathke is out there running for Delikowski.
Okay, come on now, let's get a hit here. Come on.
And the pitch is out. Oh, caught the outside corner to Dalton Steele. No balls and a strike, 2 down. So Rathke is on second. Ashton Kroll is on first. Brady Zimpel on the mound. Peaks at second and now delivers. That's low for a ball. And the pitch. Swung and foul tipped into the glove. A ball and 2 strikes. Dalton Steele. And now the pitch. That one's high and inside. Counts even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on. Dalton Steele at the plate. And the pitch. That's down in the dirt. So the count is full. It's traveling time.
Let's get one here. Come on.
Rathke and Kroll will be off on the pitch. And they go. And strike 3 called to Dalton Steele. He thought it was ball 4, but it looked like it was right over the plate to me. And for the Cavaliers, they pick up 1 run on no hits. There was 1 error and 2 were left on base. So we've played 6.5. It's time for the 7th inning stretch from Spangberg Field. And it's the Cavaliers 7 and the Bullfrogs 2 on NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think one of the things us veterans are hoping for is soon the cabin will be built.
It's going to be amazing to be able to come to a place like this and stay at a cabin with amazing people, animals, a view, and get away from it all.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin, giving Wisconsin veterans and their families a much-needed escape in the Northwoods. Donations of any amount are encouraged, and sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
Back here at Spangberg Field in Strum, as the Cavaliers have a 7-2 lead over the Beef River Bullfrogs. And the Tilden Tigers are trying their best to do the Cavaliers a favor. They're on top of the Cadott Red Sox right now, 4-3 in the bottom of the seventh. They were down 3-0 earlier in the game, and they've come back to take a 4-3 lead. Andrew Milner on the mound in relief. And Tim Prince at the plate.
There you go.
Swing and a miss. No, I think this is Wes Boyarski. Boyarski is hitting. He's re-entering. Pitch is high. And the pitch. Strike called at the knees. By the way, in that Tilden Cadott game, Tilden has the bases loaded in the bottom of the seventh with only one out. So they're threatening to expand that lead. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Strike three. So Boyarski goes down swinging. That's the second time tonight he struck out. Reese Lucas coming to the plate. Hit a sacrifice fly to score a run back in the second inning, and he also singled to left and scored a run on his own. Swing and a miss, strike one, and Ethan Bartles is in batting for him. And the pitch to Bartles is a ground ball out toward Milner. Throw over to first, and they got him. Was that Bartles that said to Milner, "Take it easy on me"?
You know,
They both pitched in the All-Star game, and Milner picked up the save for Bartles to get the win in the All-Star game, and Milner got the save,
Stepping up to the plate.
and that's how he paid him back. Dylan Fox at the plate. And the first pitch is outside for a ball. Ball and no strikes.
Come on, put him in there. Come on.
And ball two. And that's a pitch on the outside corner for Milner. 2 balls and 1 strike. And strike at the letters. Counts now even at 2-2.
On me out.
2 down. And strike 3 called. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played 7, and it's the Cavaliers 7 and the Bullfrogs 2 on NLWN-TV.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
To learn more or to help financially, find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Now we're back here at Spangberg Field, and Brady Zimpel still on the mound. And it's cooled down tonight. I see people starting to get their blankets out and stuff. She should bring that over and share it with us. I'm freezing. Anyway, not really freezing. I'm just not used to it anymore.
If it becomes to Wisconsin, you gotta bring
Yeah.
everything.
7-2, Cavaliers on top. We're in the 8th. Top of the 8th. Cavaliers on top. And Caden Erickson at the plate. Brady Zimpel starting his second inning of work.
Oh.
And there's a pitch that was high for a ball.
Howard.
And the pitch. Strike called at the knees.
Ryan.
Come on now, you can get it. Come on.
All right. Well, yeah. I see. I guess I'll see.
And that pitch is inside for a ball.
All right. All right. Well, I guess we'll see. Try your speed.
And the pitch. Line shot down the third base line, fair into left field. Erickson rounds first. He's going to hold there.
Okay, big boards.
That's going to bring up Xavier Bemnister. Bemnister is 1 for 4. Got a couple strikeouts. He did get a bunt single. He was actually trying to lay down a sacrifice bunt, but he beat it. Erickson takes off, and showing bunt was Bemnister, but he pulled back, and it's ball 1. Erickson was halfway to second before Zimpel let go of the ball. Got a huge jump. Zimpel steps off the rubber. Erickson goes back. He's looking like he wants to take third. And Erickson does go. Here's a throw down to third. And Erickson's in safely. Two, or 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Strike called.
Come on, big boy. Let's get ahead here. Come on.
Hey, shorten up, put in play, right? Where's the run?
It's a ball and 2 strikes now. And that's outside, so the count's even at 2-2.
Hey, 2-2. In play, let's go. Play.
Come on, you can do this.
Nobody out. We're in the top of the 8th inning. And the pitch. That's outside for a ball. Count is now full to Xavier Bemnister. Golden Tigers having a big 7th inning against the Cadott Red Sox. It's now 8-3, still in the 7th. And there's ball 4. Bemnister draws the walk. So Cavs have runners on the corners. And I suspect we'll see Bemnister going on one of the first 2 pitches. Cade Mueller steps to the plate. He doubled his last time up. And Zimpel steps off the rubber.
Yeah, he's got speed to look at on both ends.
Stepping off the rubber is probably the smart thing to do. Here's the pitch. Bemnister goes foul down the third baseline. So Bemnister has to do it again. Cavs on top, 7-2. We're in the top of the 8th. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. Bemnister safe at second. Mueller had to duck out of the way of that one. Ball and a strike. And the pitch is high. 2 balls and a strike.
Okay, come on now. Let's get a hit.
And the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner.
Come on, let's get a hit.
2 balls, 2 strikes. To Cade Mueller. And the pitch. It's outside. Count is now full. And the pitch. Mueller hits a fly ball out into right center field. They got to go a long ways. They can't find the ball, and it comes in. Or check that. I couldn't find the ball. Fox went over and did catch it out there. It's a dark spot of the outfield. But Fox caught it, but it was a sacrifice fly because Erickson came in to score.
Up the bat for the Cavs, catcher Sam Knickerbocker.
Oh, Sam.
So it brings up Sam Knickerbocker with 1 out.
Second.
And Bemnister on second. Knickerbocker is 1 for 2. He's also got a couple of walks. Runner goes, throw down to third, and I think they got him. Yes, they did. So Bemnister is caught stealing. So there's 2 down. The pitch was a ball. So Cadott finally got out of the bottom of the 7th inning, and Tilden's opened up a 10-3 lead. Strike called to Knickerbocker. And the pitch. Fly ball in the left field's going to fall in fair. One of those seeing eye fly balls just on the fair side of the foul line. And
Great Tillman.
Yarrington comes in as the courtesy runner.
Yeah, nothing fancy there.
Okay.
Brayton Tillman. No, I was just kind of poked it down the third baseline. Brayton Tillman is 1 for 3. And that pitch is outside. He singled his first time up, popped a second, struck out looking, and then drew a walk. And the pitch. High pop up in the infield, moving over his Becker, and he makes the catch. So for the Cavaliers in the top of the 8th inning, they pick up 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We've played 8 or 7.5, I should say, and it's the Cavaliers 8 and the Bullfrogs 2 on NLWN-TV.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
The Phoenix are rising. It's round 1 of the NLFL playoffs. The Phoenix are there, and so is NLWN-2. The first round playoff game will be on July 27th when the Phoenix will travel to Paul Gale Field in Winona, Minnesota to face the River City Rough Riders. Coverage begins with Phoenix rising at 5:30 p.m. Please note the new start time. Follow the Phoenix in playoff action on NLWN-2 at 5:30 p.m. on July 27th.
Back here at Spangberg Field, heading into the bottom of the 8th inning, Cavaliers have an 8-2 lead over the Beef River Bullfrogs. Due up for the Bullfrogs.
Play for the Bullfrogs, center fielder, Mason Bauer.
And then he'll be followed by Taylor Rathke and Will Thibodeau. And that pitch is outside for a ball. And there's a base hit. Bauer, and that's a 3-hit night for him. Another score for you in the CRBL. Eau Claire Bears are leading the Augusta Athletics 6-4 in the 8th inning. Taylor Rathke at the plate. And that pitch is outside. Mason Bauer on first, nobody out.
Yeah, they love Martsky when he's winning.
And the pitch. Fly ball out into right field is going to fall in for a base hit. Scooped up out there, and each runner goes 1 base. So Rathke gets a single.
The Bullfrogs for 13, Will Thibodeau.
That's going to bring up Will Thibodeau. And Thibodeau's 0 for 3.
Yeah, I was asked why you just there. You just at that place. Well, we kill him. Oh. Yeah, that would be something else. So you need to read this.
Here's the pitch. Check swing. It's a ball. And a pitch. That missed outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Oh, really?
Milner delivers. Swung on a miss. 2-1 now the count. Milner starting his 3rd inning of work. Swung on and foul tip. Strike two. He's got, in his 2+ innings so far, he's got 5 strikeouts. Milner checks second, and the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball over to Erickson at short. Flip to second, and they can't hang on to it. Cade Mueller couldn't hang on to it, as sliding in hard to second was Taylor Rathke.
Tradesman Will Seymour.
That's going to be an error on Milner, or not Milner, on Mueller, as Bemnister goes out, Ryan Bemnister goes out to have a chat. And Thibodeau reaches on a fielder's choice. So the bases are loaded. And Milner is coming out, and Tyson Woodcock is taking the mound. And we'll get all that information for you right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas. You know it's true. Mom, we love you always. Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Hi. I'm your retirement fear. But don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. Here, this is pretirement.org.
Retirement savings options? Potential tax breaks?
Ooh.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
You got this.
Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan.
Hi. I'm your retirement fear, but don't be...
New rump on the bump for the Cavaliers is Tyson Woodcock. And Andrew Milner went 2+ innings. He's given up no runs, but he is responsible for the 3 runners on base. He gave up 2 hits, no walks, and struck out 5. Coming to the plate is Will Seymour, who's 0 for 3. Woodcock is looking in and delivers. That's a strike called on the outside corner.
Oh, she's older than I thought.
And the pitch is fouled away, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. To Will Seymour.
Nice.
And that pitch is outside. That was a go ahead and chase this one pitch. Woodcock delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Seymour strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. So Ryan Gray comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3. Singled to center field. Grounded to third and struck out. Woodcock looking in and fouled back into the screen, and that ball stuck right in the screen. Thank you, Amanda, for getting us a picture of that one. And Ryan Gray waits for the next pitch.
Team played University.
And it's fouled off on the right side. 0-2 is now the count. Balls, 2 strikes to Ryan Gray. And the pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 down. Brings up Justin Becker. Becker is 1 for 2, single to left. Got out on an error, and he also drew a walk. So he's been on all 3 times. There's a high pop-up. Timon out in foul territory, dropped the ball.
Kind of over his shoulder.
And he's trying to get that over the shoulder catch. It had him twisted around. But it was just an exciting strike.
Yeah, if you get a foot of it,
No balls and 1 strike. Down, bases loaded. Woodcock delivers, and it's a foul at the plate. Larry Durkop walks it out to Woodcock to give him the ball. Gives Knickerbocker a chance to shake that one off a little bit. Knickerbocker squats down to take more punishment, and it's 0-2 the count. To Justin Becker. Ground ball right back to Woodcock. Easy throw over to first, and they got him. So they got out of a bases loaded with nobody out jam, and they end up with no runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error, and 3 were left on base. We've played 8, and it's the Cavaliers 8 and the Beef River Bullfrogs 2 on NLWN-TV.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving. I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
Back here at Spangberg Field in Strum. New pitcher out there for the Bullfrogs. It's Ethan Bartles. And he hasn't had much of a chance to warm up yet. We also have a new catcher out there. Oh, that's just a warm-up catcher, I think. Maybe. Do you have any idea what his... Oh, I see. It's underneath. There's some kind of emblem on the back of his catcher's gear.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I actually looked at that last inning. I thought maybe it was a new catcher, but the hair got... I got it, or I knew after I saw the hair.
So Zimpel, taking a quick look at his outing. He went 2 innings, and he gave up 2 runs. They were both earned. And I'm trying to figure out who the catcher is here.
That would be, isn't Taylor Rathke?
Yes. Rathke behind the plate. And there's a called strike.
A little update in the bottom of the 8th. The Oakland Bears are up 7-5 over Augusta.
Bartles delivers. And there's a ground ball foul down the third base line. This is Cole Timon at the plate. Timon is 1 for 3. 1 ball and 1 strike. That pitch is outside. 2-1. And the pitch. That's low. 3-1. And there's a pop foul out of play. Numbers on Zimple, he went 2 innings, gave up 2 runs. They were both earned on 2 hits, 1 strikeout, and 3 walks.
Strikeout.
The 2-1 pitch. There's a fly ball out into right field, fairly deep and back, and making the catch back there is Dylan Fox.
Fielder Trenton Palmer.
So that brings up Trenton Palmer. Palmer is 0 for 3. 0 for 4. Bartles delivers. That's a called strike on the outside corner. Bartles picked up a win in their doubleheader sweep against the Bloomer Woodticks. There's a high pop-up. Shortstop moving over. That's Becker makes the catch. That's going to bring up Jerome Delikowski. Delikowski is 1 for 3.
Delikowski.
And prior to that, going the distance in that doubleheader win, there's a foul off the face mask of umpire Larry Durkop. You have to check on him, Dan, when you go to work next. Make sure he's okay.
There you go. Which might be
Yeah,
good.
he's a beating back there behind the plate. I think.
Yeah. So no balls and a strike to Jerome Delikowski. 2 down. We're in the top of the 9th. Cavs on top. That one's in the dirt. As I was trying to say, before that win in the doubleheader, Bartles picked up the win in the All-Star game. And that one's low for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Bartles delivers. Swung on a miss. Strike 2. Counts even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. And the pitch. Strike 3 called. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're going to head to the bottom of the 9th with the Cavaliers on top. 8-2 on NLWN-TV.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here.
Wait.
What?
I can't drive.
Why?
My.
Oh.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
So we're back here at Spangberg Field. And again, score checks in other games in the CRBL. It's the Tilden Tigers as they're heading into the ninth inning against the Cadott Red Sox with a 10-3 lead. That'll be doing the Cavaliers a favor because the Red Sox are one of the two teams chasing the Cavaliers. And the Bears are leading the Augusta Athletics 11-5. Did you happen to catch the inning on that one, Dan?
We are in bottom of the 8th.
Okay.
Stepping up to the plate for the Bullfrogs.
So leading off for the Beef River Bullfrogs, George Munson. He's 1 for 3, single to center field, and then struck out twice. There's a fly ball foul on the right side, off into the corn. Giving Shoeless Joe a lot to play with out there.
Yeah.
There's a strike called right down the middle of the plate. Tyson Woodcock on the mound trying to finish this one out. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Palmer moving over. He's under it, and he makes the catch. That's going to bring up Wes Boyarski.
Up back to the Bullfrogs, pitcher, Wes Boyarski.
And it's the center fielder, Wes Boyarski.
Check that, center fielder.
One away. Boyarski is 0 for 2. And first pitch is a called strike. He has struck out twice. He also got on after being hit by the pitch. And the pitch. That's just a little bit low for a ball. And the pitch. And that's a strike called. On 2 strikes. Woodcock at the belt, and he delivers. Fouled away back into the corn. Count holds at 1-2. And the pitch. Ground ball over to Erickson at short. Throw to first in time. And that's going to bring up Ethan Bartles. And Bartles grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. Bullfrogs down to their final out. And the pitch. Ground ball there. Erickson right between his legs. And Bartles is on an error by Erickson.
Erickson thought it was going to bounce once more, and it didn't.
Stepping up to the plate for the Bullfrogs, number 47 is Big Punch.
And we have a I didn't hear the name of that hitter. Yeah, okay, it is Brady Zimple.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
So Zimple is at the plate. First pitch was a called strike. That one's down below the knees. A ball and a strike. And the pitch. Ground ball. Erickson gets another chance. Flip to second, and he got him. So Zimpel gets credit for a fielder's choice. And Bartles is put out 6-2 or 6-4. And that'll do it as the Cavaliers come out on top 8-2 over the Beef River Bullfrogs. And the winning pitcher will be Cooper Dykes. And losing pitcher will be Wes Boyarski. And we'll have more on this game right after this timeout when we get to talking baseball on NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on NLWN-TV. This copyrighted presentation has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network in conjunction with the Eau Claire Cavaliers and is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in any form without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and the Eau Claire Cavaliers is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field in Strum, where the Cavaliers have come out on top 8-2. The Cavaliers picked up 8 runs on 12 hits. They did commit 3 errors, and they left 11 on base. The Beef River Bullfrogs picked up 2 runs on 8 hits. They committed 2 errors, and they left 8 on base. Winning pitcher tonight was Cooper Dykes, and that will raise his record to 3-0. Losing pitcher was Wes Boyarski. That'll even out his record at 1-1. The Cavaliers up their season record now to 16-9 overall, and they are 10-5 in the CRBL. And the Bullfrogs, I have that information here somewhere. It's what I did with it is a real question. Bullfrogs are now 4-13 both overall and in the CRBL.
Just be quiet for 5 seconds. I just got here.
And we have Brian Bemnister here, and he's in pretty good mood tonight because he's already giving me a hard time.
Yep.
So an 8-2 win, and I don't know if you heard it or not, but Tilden was doing you a nice favor. They were trailing through most of the game 3-0, but came back. They were leading 10-3 going into the ninth.
Okay, good for them. We played well here, and that's all. That's
just going to get
all that matters to me, just to be clear.
But it doesn't hurt to get a little bit of stretch between you and those teams that are chasing you. But as long as you play well, you don't have to worry about them.
That is correct, and they played well. We played really well tonight, and so did Beef River again. Those sons of guns. I tell you, it doesn't matter. They threw four pitchers at us tonight.
Yeah, 4.
I don't know how many hits we ended up with, but I mean, only 8 runs, that kind of stuff out here in 9 innings. It's a beautiful night for baseball. The guys had a plan. We executed that plan for the most part. We were just talking about some execution at the plate with a couple of plays that maybe was played another run or two. but Beef River played great again.
You like that squeeze bunt that you tried to?
Yeah, and then Trent
didn't get it
he
far
just
enough.
talked to me, and he actually thought it might have hit home plate and been a foul ball first, but it's not a big deal. We end up winning, so it's no big deal. He knows it. He knows what's going on. It's no big deal.
Yeah,
but at least
don't work.
Yeah, sometimes things but the other plans came together. So I mean, it's a big win out here. It's a great win for the Cavs, and they got a goal, and we talked about that in the post game huddle, and yeah, that's one down.
And Cooper Dykes did a real nice job on the mound in the 5 innings that he went.
Yeah, and that's we do game balls after every game for home game and stuff, and we couldn't do that for an away game. So the game ball would have gone to all 3 pitchers tonight just because they shut them down. And work through some tough situations.
Gave up a couple of hits to start the top of the 9th or 8th inning.
Yeah, I think the zone changed a little bit. It got pinched on him. Nice work tonight, buddy. Pinched a little bit in that 8th inning. A little bit. It wasn't getting much of the corners or anything high or low, unfortunately for him.
But boy, did Tyson Woodcock show what he's famous for. He just came in and absolutely shut him down.
Yeah, 100%. It was great. I mean, that's what we talked about. That's what he does. So if he keeps on doing what he does, I mean, we're going to be just fine and dandy going forward. So
and the Sticks were working tonight. 12 hits for the Cavs, and
nice job, Bill.
And it's a good night. And
yeah, 12 hits. We had 11 hits on Monday. I mean, we're trending in the right direction. We got big games against Chippewa Falls on Sunday, doubleheader there, and I kind of hope that we keep the bats going where they are. The ball's being put in play by the right guys with the right speed, and the middle of the order came alive today, which was really nice to see. Because 1, 2, 3 were struggling just a little bit, but you had Delikowski had a big hit in that 2nd inning for us that kind of drove some guys in. We had some good base running by everybody. Nice job, Mace. And that bottom of the order came through with Ashton and Steely, getting a few hits apiece and that kind of stuff. So it's nice to see.
And and the hitting, you were just talking about it. The hitting was spread out, and the timing. Sometimes you guys hit the ball a lot, and the timing just you can't do anything about it. But the timing was right tonight.
Yeah, it was 100%. And we were putting guys in motion and stuff like that too. So I mean, the guys at the plate are being aggressive when they need to be aggressive, and the guys on the bases are doing the same thing.
Well, like you said, big doubleheader on Sunday. Maybe we can get a lot of Cavalier fans to make the short trip north to Chippewa Falls for that one, because I know they'd like to have a bunch of the Cavalier fans there to watch them take on the Lumberjacks, because that's a critical one in that playoff race.
Yeah, that's a big doubleheader for us. So we want to make sure we bring home 2 dubs there. We already got that goal in place with the guys, and so it's they're focused, they're motivated. I told them last year we started our playoff run here out here, so it's a big deal for us to be out here and get a win from Beef River again, who played phenomenal tonight.
Well, congratulations on the 8-2 win, and we'll see you up in Chippewa on Sunday, and we'll have more talking baseball right after this time out on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame.
Our next game will be on Sunday, July 21st, as the Cavaliers take on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a doubleheader from Casper Park in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 12 noon, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Sunday, July 21st on NLWN-TV.
So we're back here at Spangberg Field. Cavaliers are 8-2 winners over the Beef River Bullfrogs. Again, like I said, their Cavaliers up their record to 16-9 on the season, 10-5 in the CRBL, and they got a little extra room between them and the Cadott Red Sox. Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks were idle tonight, but the Cavs still hold a 3-game lead over them in the loss column, and that's the important one when it comes to getting into the playoffs. So they haven't quite locked it up yet, but it's within sight, and of course they have that big doubleheader coming up on Sunday. So make sure you get up there to Chippewa Falls. Winning pitcher tonight was Cooper Dykes, losing pitcher Wes Boyarski. And that's going to pretty much wrap it up from this.
I got one more thing for you.
Okay.
I want you to know my wife always listens to the broadcast, and she wants me to give you a win once in a while when you ask me a question about how important some games are.
Well,
right now, I have to dismiss Rick's observation. Let him win once in a while.
anyway, as we were saying, make sure you join us right here on NLWN-TV on Sunday. That's July 21st. As we bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers traveling to Casper Park in Chippewa Falls to take on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. That's a CRBL doubleheader. Our coverage begins at noon with the In the Dugout show, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Sunday on NLWN-TV. Also, join us on Saturday, July 27th on NLWN-2 as we bring you the Chippewa Valley Phoenix playoff football. The Phoenix will be traveling to Winona, Minnesota to take on the River City Rough Riders in the first round of the NLFL playoffs. Coverage begins at 1:30 with kickoff scheduled for 2 o'clock. That's Chippewa Valley Phoenix football on Saturday, July 27th on NLWN-2. Check that. The starting time for that is not 1:30. It's at 5:30. Starting time for that game is 5:30 on NLWN-2. Don't forget that coming up later this year, the Northern Light Webcasting Network will broadcast our 500th event. Be sure to stay tuned for special announcements and special awards for our loyal viewers. That's coming up later this broadcast season on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Also, the Eau Claire Cavaliers want to remind veterans of the United States military that they can get a lifetime pass to Cavalier home games by simply coming to Carson Park with your veteran's identification, and the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your lifetime pass. It's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service. Today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game is brought to you by the Menominee Eye and Optical, with quality personalized care for you and your family. Your Napa Auto Parts store at 3580 Mall Drive in Eau Claire. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for Western Wisconsin. Royal Credit Union, where they're different in a good way, and C&K Construction, concrete experts in the Chippewa Valley. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on NLWN-TV. So for Dan Petchow and Ann Monroe and Amanda, the Commander-in-Chief Lemler, this is Rick Olson. That final score once again, the Cavaliers 8 and the Beef River Bullfrogs 2. You've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on NLWN-2.
You have been tuned to Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.